Our industry and occupational job forecasts are developed using methodology guidelines set forth by the Bureau of Labor Statistics and serve as a critical tool for local decision makers in helping assess the outlook for the economy and future job demand. Before I discuss the data for West Michigan, I'd first like to mention a couple things to help you understand the data a little bit better. First, because our local forecasts are meant to drive long-term decisions about the economy, they may not necessarily reflect current local demand. This is because some sectors, like construction and manufacturing, tend to be much more sensitive to fluctuations of the business cycle than others. Secondly, because our current set of local forecasts were produced before the Regional Prosperity Initiative was set in place, we don't have a specific set of forecasts for West Michigan. So instead, what we did is we combined the forecasts for the Muskegon, West Central, and Grand Rapids economic forecast regions and combined them into one to serve as a proxy for the region overall. The chart here compares the overall percent growth of new jobs for each of Michigan's prosperity regions through the year 2020. As you can see, West Michigan is forecast to outpace the statewide average during this period, growing a bit over 10% and just behind the forecast for the Detroit metro region, ranking the area second among all regions. The sheer size and economic diversity of the region are among the driving factors behind the area's forecast growth rate. While service-providing sectors like healthcare, education, and professional services are expected to fuel much of West Michigan's job growth, manufacturing and construction should also push goods producers in the area to near double-digit growth for the forecast period. This illustration looks at each region's share of the total number of new jobs forecasted statewide. West Michigan is expected to add over 61,000 new jobs, accounting for 1 out of every 6 new jobs in the state overall. And in reality, this total would likely be much more since a few area counties are excluded from this forecast data. This places it second among regions statewide, falling short of only the much larger Detroit metro region. When replacement jobs are factored into the mix, the region's total demand increases to over 200,000 job opportunities between 2010 and 2020. This table highlights the fastest growing of the 22 major occupational groups. Employment and healthcare support occupations is expected to grow the most rapidly at 24%, followed by computer and mathematical occupations at 19%. You might notice the absence of production jobs in this list. There are a couple of reasons for this. First, the expected growth rate for these occupations is not significantly above the area average, despite this field anticipating nearly 8,000 new jobs due to growth through the forecast period. Secondly, as the manufacturing sector becomes more technologically advanced, related job gains are likely to show up in other occupational groups going forward, like computer and mathematical and architecture and engineering. The total job openings numbers seen here factor both new jobs due to growth and anticipated opportunities due to replacement for the entire forecast period. Despite a below-average growth rate for new jobs, Office and Administrative Support is anticipated to provide over 27,000 total job openings, with about 70% of those being replacement openings. Other significant job providers for this period include sales occupations, providing a projected 24,000 total job openings, and the production occupations group, which will need to fill over 21,000 openings.